What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Saturday night stream here in the basement. Hope you guys are ready for a pretty good stream. We got a lot to talk about, believe it or not. And like some of it is not going to be like, you know, all happy-go-lucky, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll be fine. But as you know well by now, we prepare. We fill the cup. We light the smoke. We sit back. And we get ready. Because it's time to get nerdy. What's up, yo? This beat makes me feel like I should have like glow sticks and shit. How'd you get over there? Never mind, I know how you got over there. Please don't fuck up, 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 please don't fuck up. There we go. And it didn't fuck up. What's going on, y'all? How we doing? Spicy Dan and Brooke Chen, what's up, fellas? Hello, those of you who are kind enough to click on the replay, also, welcome, and thank you. If everyone that is remotely involved in consuming this video on any level, would y'all pretty please hit like? I didn't drop a link in Discord. Oh my god, I totally forgot to share this shit out. I knew I was forgetting something. I didn't share it out to anybody. Yeah, let me hurry up and do that shit. Silly ass that I am. What a silly ass. I'm such a silly ass. Alright. I mean, I swear I've done this before. There we go. Oh, here, let me edit that actually, because I'm dumb still. There we go. Boom. Done. Also, thank you. I'm a slacker. Delta Dan, what's up? How y'all doing? Oh, thank you, Brooke. You're so kind. Yeah, so I'm a Gomer. But, I mean, you know, if you've watched me one or two times, you'd know that already anyway. Unfortunately, that is the truth, though. It is the truth, I must admit it. I mean, I can't deny it anymore. I'm almost 50, and my Gomerism has been there the whole fucking time. So, I'm a Gomer. I'm a Gomer. Piles? No. Wilson Fisk is Gomer Pyle. Yep. Yep. How y'all doing tonight? Everyone doing okie dokie? Are we doing okie dokie? The sudden astral itch is a bitch. Yep. Ugh. Ugh, I say, my neck used to crack really nicely. Actually, I got a good one earlier today. It was the first one, and I can't even tell you how long, and it was great. I said, oh, it was nice. It was nice. I know random shit, but I enjoyed it. You had a productive day. You choked 2 chickens' wings for dinner. Well, either you're being literal about that, or you mean you had a productive day on the hub. One of the two. And also, either way, I hope your wrists are okay. Very literal? Yeah. Yes. So I imagine you got super fresh chicken and then dunked it in some kind of your sauce, I would imagine. Or maybe a couple different kinds. Maybe you got freaky with it and triple sauced it for some fun flavor combinations. Spicy Dan's Wild 'N Out Wings. Yeah, you can use that. I want 2% cut, but you can use it. See, I'm not greedy. 2 cents on the dollar. It's all I ask. You know, it's about volume when it comes down to it. So we have a fair chunk of shit to talk about tonight, chat. We got some box office predictions. We have comments from an actor who's being fan cast left, right, and center. We have comments from another actor that people are having a fucking shit fit about. And then we got some leaked photos from the set of Supergirl. So, all kinds of fun. All kinds of fun. Where to begin? What's this one again? Oh, yeah. Where to begin? You guys want to take a look at Supergirl to begin with? Actually, you know what? Had a chill day, no kiddos, they at grandma's? Nice. So, like, what kind of a chill day did you have? Did you have a chill day where you got some shit done but didn't overdo it, but you feel accomplished and now you're chill? Or did you, like, just completely chill and do not much? Yeah, giggity also applies, Spicy Dan. Brooke's hoping to finish Berserk later today. Nice. I've heard good things about Berserk. Like from that. Like from people that from people that watched it, I guess. Is Berserk an anime or is that live action? I feel like it's an anime. Isn't it an anime? But whatever it is, I've heard good things. I've heard it's dope. I've heard the action's good. I've heard the story's good. I've heard it's good. Basically, that's what it boils down to. 1997 anime? Cool. Isn't there a newer one? Like, isn't there? Oh, okay. There's also a trilogy of Berserk movies and a 2016 Berserk anime. Okay. Well, I feel like the one I've heard people talk about is the 2016 one, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. No one ever said a year. No one ever said, like, the 97 Berserk is peak. And I never heard anyone else be like, so is 2016, it's peak too. And not one person ever said, those Berserk movies are the shit. So, I don't know. I haven't done shit after 12. Nice. Knock out what you had to do. I'm going to enjoy the chill now. Hell yeah. Manga. Oh, there's manga? I wonder if the people I wonder if I misunderstood what they were talking about. They were talking about the manga. Because it felt like they were talking about something recent. 97 is peak. Remake is doo-doo poo-poo, says Daniel. All right. There's over 40 issues in the manga. Damn. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. I'm prepared. You want one, babe? Keanu also has a comic called Berserk. It's very recent. See, I heard, yeah. I can say with a fair chunk of confidence that is not what the people were talking about. Was not his comic. But yeah, I have seen that he has a comic called Berserk. I can't remember what was being said about it. But yeah. It's not something I would have remembered unless someone brought it up, and now that you brought it up, I remember. Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's do things this way tonight, chat. Let's go ahead and deal with the less yay news first, which unfortunately and has been the case lately means we got to start with Marvel. So let's get the one that a lot of people are making in my opinion, a mountain out of a molehill about. We are going to start with the quotes from Joseph Quinn in an article, a big old article about the Fantastic Four from Entertainment Weekly, which there actually is a fair chunk of pretty dope shit in here, but it's a big motherfucking article. And I don't know if I want to spend all that amount of time on it. Maybe we'll come back to it. But for now, we'll just go right to that, which has a bunch of people's panties in a bunch. It begins here. Johnny is Marvel's archetype of a quote-unquote hothead, a teenager. But what exactly that means has been open to interpretation over the years. In the 2005 and 2007 Fantastic Four movies, for instance, Chris Evans played the character as a skirt-chasing scallywag, which is most definitely part of his comic character. Quinn wanted to do something different. Excuse me. He's a man that leads with a lot of bravado, which can be an affront sometimes. Well, I mean, that's a fact, but oh well. But also, he's funny. True. Myself and Kevin Feige were speaking about previous iterations of him and where we are culturally. He was branded as this womanizing devil-may-care guy, but is that sexy these days? I don't think so. This version of Johnny is less callous with other people's feelings, and hopefully there's a self-awareness about what's driving that attention-seeking behavior. Okay, so there are two aspects of this that I want to talk about. The first is I wish actors would just shut their goddamn mouths. That's first. Like, these are not the times, regardless of what you want to spout off about, these are not the times to spout off about it, because, like, half your audience is going to get pissed. Doesn't matter which side you're coming from. You start saying some off-the-wall shit, or getting into your own feelings about stuff, you're gonna piss off half the audience, and you're gonna cause problems for your fucking project. It's just the way it is. We know because we've seen it time and time again. Like, talk about your movie. Talk about how much fun you had making the movie. Speak in general terms about your character. But, you know, just no details. I don't care what you're talking about. Don't give away plot. And don't start talking about your own shit. Those are the two big no-nos. That's number one. Shut the fuck up. Number two. There are a lot of people who are freaking the fuck out saying a non-womanizing Johnny Storm is all of a sudden somehow a beta bitch boy asexual wuss. Which is like a significant fucking over-dramatization of that. Number one, not being a womanizer does not automatically make you an asexual beta bitch boy. I'm not a womanizer. Most of the people who are making that observation probably aren't womanizers themselves. Just in general, I'm not saying they don't get pussy. I'm just saying they're not womanizers. You know, I'm not going to go as far as to call them all a bunch of incels and, you know, non-pussy getting bitches and that kind of shit. I don't know that. But I'd be willing to bet a vast, vast, vast majority also are not womanizers. Does that make them all asexual beta bitch boys? Because I'm fucking no asexual beta bitch boy. I'm a middle-aged gooner. Y'all know this. Right? So, number one does not necessarily equate with the other. It could, but not necessarily. And most of the time, not even close. That's one. Two. And this is much more of a reasoned complaint about this. One which I am willing to give not a whole shit ton of credence to. Some, but not a whole shit ton, because I already come up with a way to handle that particular complaint as well. But then there's the fact that, you know, Johnny being a brash, smart-talking, you know, think first or act first, think later kind of guy having him start off like that and then mature as part of his arc is, something you don't want to, or if you take away that, then you make him a flat character. To a certain extent, I do agree with that. That's a very valid argument. However, it is known that in this version of the Fantastic Four, this isn't an origin story. The origin is going to be sort of shown, but it's not all about their beginnings. They're established in the universe they're in. Right? Which means they've been there a while. Which means it actually does make sense if Johnny's a bit more mature than we're used to seeing him. Because he's been doing this shit for a minute now. Doesn't mean he's going to be fully matured. All he said is this version is less callous with other people's feelings. And hopefully there's a self-awareness about what's driving that attention-seeking behavior. That's all he said. He didn't say he was going to be like into fucking yoga. He's not going to be Zen. Never said he was going to be Zen, just less callous and a little bit more self-aware. Like, literally, people are freaking out just about the fact that Joseph Quinn said womanizing devil-may-care and questioned whether that's sexy these days. That's what people are latching onto. They completely forget that there's a whole nother sentence after that one. Let me read that whole nother sentence after the one that's pissing everybody off. This version of Johnny is less callous with other people's feelings, and hopefully there's a self-awareness about what's driving that attention-seeking behavior. That's it, just less callous. Didn't say he was going to be a complete nice guy. He's still going to be a douche at times. Just not quite as often as other iterations have had him so. Just less. And hopefully there's a self-awareness about what's driving that attention-seeking behavior. Maybe he's, a little... What up, Harris? How you doing, buddy? What's up, MFer? Oh, nice. Oh, you haven't heard that second line? Oh, yeah, here. I wonder if I can... Somehow... Oh, maybe I gotta do it over here. How do I make it bigger? Giggity. I don't know how to make it bigger. Okay. Anyway. I tried. Is there a thing here? Is that all I get? Oh well. Anywho, yeah. This is the full quote. Most of the quotes that everyone saw stopped after this, I don't think so. So here's the part that people tripped out about. He's a man that leads with a lot of bravado, which can be an affront sometimes, but also he's funny, Quinn says. Myself and Kevin Feige were speaking about previous iterations of him and where we are culturally. See, that was mistake number one. He started bringing culture into this shit. He was branded as this womanizing devil-may-care guy, but is that sexy these days? I don't think so. And that's where every bit of anyone who wanted to freak out about this thing stopped in all their headlines on social media. Right there. If all you were doing is scrolling through whatever you scroll on, that's where next to no one included the sentence immediately following. So here's that one again. This version of Johnny is less callous with other people's feelings, and hopefully there's a self-awareness about what's driving that attention-seeking behavior. Nowhere did he say he's going to be like, Zen or like super mature, just less callous. Frankly, sometimes I could afford to be less callous about other people's feelings. And hopefully there's a self-awareness about what's driving that attention-seeking behavior. I don't know about y'all, but I think in general, some people have their shit very together, and good for them. But most of us, we need more self-awareness of our shit. So, like, real talk, this is an anthill of an issue at best. Like, I mean, I can understand the initial reaction, especially if you weren't aware of the rest of the quote. Okay, let me rephrase that. I can understand to a point the initial reaction if you did not know about the rest of the quote. I still think it's like way overboard to go from not a womanizer to beta bitch boy. That's a bit of a stretch. Even Reed would be like, that's a stretch. Because there are plenty of alphas out there who are also not womanizers. Take Captain America, for example. You gonna call Captain America a beta bitch boy just because he ain't out slanging that thing all over the place? No. Like, let's be serious about that shit. That's just a massive overreaction. And sorry, if that includes some of you too, y'all tripped for way too hard over way too little. Exactly, Daniel. He has standards. Or he achieves standards over time. Since, again, they've been there for a while. And oh, speaking of, that's right, I forgot. I was about to address the... Once you go Peggy, you don't go back? Oh, you've seen Haley Atwell, haven't you? God damn! Fine-looking woman. It's a fine-looking woman. Anyway, right, back to the argument about Johnny's character arc. If you eliminate his hothead womanizing, you eliminate the base from which he matures, basically is the argument. Okay. As far as it goes, that's valid. That's a point I understand. That's a point that's reasonable and based on story. At one point in his life, that is true. That is true at one point. Now, so if he's going to be less of a hothead, if he's going to be less of a man whore in this version of the Fantastic Four, how are they going to make that not a detriment to the character arc we're all used to having him go through? Well, to me, it's pretty simple. You have him and Sue have a bit of a heart-to-heart. And again, this is based on the fact they've been in that universe a minute. They've been there long enough to be really well established. From what it says at a different point in this article, the reason that it's very Jetsons-like in that version of the 60s is mostly due to the Fantastic Four and Reed Richards being Reed Richards and improving every fucking thing he looks at. Right? So they've been there a minute. So if Sue is having a talk with Johnny and congratulating him on, being a lot less of a douche nozzle than he used to be, then there's your base. You don't always have to fucking see it. It's been acknowledged. It's been talked about. Behold. I'm not even creative, and it took me a whole minute to think of that. So, I mean, people are gonna feel how they feel. If you don't agree with me, cool. But I'm just telling you, man. This is nowhere near as big a deal as is being made out to be. Whether you're flipping out about the cultural implications, or you have an issue with what could be a potential downgrade of his story arc as it is known. One's just wilding out, and the other one is easily overcome, in my opinion. So, that's my thoughts on it, chat. That's the take from this guy. What y'all think? Do you disagree? Do you still think like they're softening him up and pushing him out? Like they've, and let's face it, Marvel's been softening their characters overly for a while now. So again, with that fact thrown in there, I can understand why initially people would freak the fuck out, but then going the whole as far as it got, that's much more the issue. Maybe I didn't make that clear before. That's more the issue. Like going, what the fuck is he saying? Okay, I can understand that shit. It's just as far as it got taken, where I'm like, that's just redonk. Now we're just getting silly, like literally getting silly. That's what I think, chat. What about you? What about you? Speak freely. I shall not freak out. Agent Carter is great. Yes. Little off topic, but yes. I enjoyed that show very much. Brooke says, honestly, not really softening Human Torch, just a different take on him, but I don't think it will impact the overall performance of the film much. They just have to get the cameo scene of Dr. Doom right. I mean, that'll help. And make sure the entire dynamic of the F4 team is entertaining. Yes, that is a good point. It's like nailing the entire dynamic. Like, if they get the whole, the group dynamic right, that's going to go a long way towards providing a good framework for the individual dynamics. Daniel says, all most fans heard is Disney giving us a cardigan wearing Johnny that could most likely be lame as fuck. Yes, I know what they heard. Like, don't get me wrong, I read the quote and I was like, well, I didn't automatically think they were like making him a bitch, but I was just like, okay. I mean, I don't mind, but I was also not surprised at the reaction to it. I'll just say that. I was like, man, my initial reaction was, the first thing I went into when I first started talking about the subject is like, God damn it, why don't these motherfuckers just shut up? Like, those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it. Like, were you not, Snow White, were you not paying attention? The Marvels, were you not paying attention? The Acolyte, were you not paying attention? Like, the fuck? What's up, Brennan? What'd you miss? Me attempting to poke a hole in all the freaking out about a quote from Joseph Quinn about Johnny Storm. Exactly, Spicy Dan. Talk about the great points, not what they changed. Exactly. Wait till they're already in the theater and have paid their money. Duh. Like, duh. About the Dan, I wouldn't put it past Disney reading Johnny Bitches and Sue the Alpha. Their track record hasn't been great, hoping they all at least read and Sue are equals. I think... okay, you know what? How do I want to put this? I think the Sue as leader thing is overblown because that's an ancient-ass rumor that has only really been talked about once. Like, early rumor. Early. And who knows about the source on that shit? No. I don't want to read the full fucking article, but you all should go check out that Entertainment Weekly article that quote came from, because there's a lot of info in there I think will ease your minds about the movie. Let me hear just a second. There's the link to the whole article. Trust me, there's some good stuff in there, and it gives a lot of context. About the movie. What's up, Rob? You survived youth football and 2 malls. Good God. How'd everyone enjoy the sodas? A lot. Oh, you had the whole thing, Delta Dan? Cool. Still worried? Because what I got out of it is what Joseph Quinn was talking about is going to be not very impactful in the overall movie at all. It's going to be one tiny part of all the different relationships going on. They gave him a little bit of a sanding is all they did. Rounded an edge. a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. There are ways in which they can go way overboard, and I'll be like, what in the actual fuck are you people doing here? What are you thinking? Like, there's a point. Like, let me be clear about that. I'm not giving them carte blanche to do what the fuck ever. Right? I'm not. Not one bit. There are definitely ways that they could severely mishandle that character or any character in this movie that will significantly piss me the fuck off. But this does not appear to be one of those things, at least not to me. It doesn't appear to me like they're like going super hard on toning Johnny down a whole shit ton. Just some. Like if they take him from 11 to 7, that's not a bad thing. They take him from 11 to 5, we're gonna have to have some words. You know, that's basically kind of what I'm getting at. I don't mind them taking him down a few. But there's definitely a point at where it's overboard, and then I'll be on the what the fuck you doing train right along with these other people. The other poster from the bag of spinach that landed on my phone. If you're being serious, that's hilarious, and if you're not, that's still hilarious. Delta Dan thought your kid snagged your phone. Yeah, like, basically for me it boils down to, I mean, I'm aware Marvel's recent history does play a lot into the reaction to this quote. I'm not gonna, my perspective is like, yes, I'm aware that Marvel's history sucks. I'm very much suspect of the rest of the fucking Disney Plus shit we're getting from them the rest of the year. For that exact reason. Their recent history blows, especially on Disney Plus. So I get that, but at the same time, I'm going to take each project as it comes. Like, for example, last year, Agatha. I had no anticipation that show was going to be where the fuck. My anticipation was that I was going to have maybe 2 watch parties on it and say fuck it. Because of when it was produced. What was going on at Marvel at the time. And holy shit, they made a good show with that one. What up, Griff? I didn't have a whole lot of I wasn't super confident in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I mean, I had more confidence in that than I do live action shit because of X-Men 97, but totally different team. You know, the some of the trailers were cool. Some of them were like, what the hell is this I'm looking at? And then that show turned out to be fucking amazing. Brave New World was what we thought it was. Let's be real. Into the Future, Goobat. I don't remember what those are, Daniel. Are those the... Is that those? I know those are some duck-looking things. I don't know what the Goobacks are. No, I know. Okay. The duck things are not the Goobacks. Now that I think about it, I know that, but I don't know what the Goobacks are. Aubrey Plaza was a plus. I mean, she's never a detriment. I still feel bad for her, though. Oh, wait, no. I was right. The goobacks were the. Okay. Cool. I wouldn't go anywhere near that far, Daniel. So yeah, I am. They took her jibs. Yep. Future people that all look the same and needed a job. Right. Where was I? Yeah, no, I'm not unaware of Marvel's history. Marvel's history is always in the back of my mind, but I always take each project as it is. As it comes. So, I'm doing that with Thunderbolts. I'm doing that with Fantastic Four. Believe it or not, I'm doing that with Ironheart. I'm giving it a shot. I don't expect much. And if it's as meh as I expect it's going to be, then, I'll watch the premiere. We'll all watch the premiere together, and then, we'll watch it on our own, each to our own, when the fuck we feel like it after that one. You never know. Or if it actually hooks me, then we'll continue to have watch parties for it. It's all a case-by-case basis, and some of this shit, it's a week-to-week basis. Have they said the budget on F4? They have not. They've given no numbers out, not believable ones, not disbelievable ones. Like that $180 million for Cap 4 is completely non-believable unless you're like gullible or glazing. You didn't like Ironheart even in Black Panther? Well, I mean, they did not write her impressively. I'll definitely say that. So, I mean, if they found a way to make her interesting, I'll be stoked. I'd like to be interested in the character. I want to be interested in shit that I want to be interested every time Marvel puts something out. Like, that's the goal, is to enjoy it all. But it's not up to me. It's not my responsibility to enjoy it. It's their responsibility to make something I will enjoy. Like, that's on fucking Marvel. It's not on me to automatically like shit. It's on you to make shit that I'm automatically gonna like. Feige. Yeah, essentially, she was the MacGuffin. She was the MacGuffin in that movie. Or at least her tech was. But yeah, she was in it. But yeah. Not very memorable, I'll tell you that. Beyond the fact that, hey, yeah, she was in it, and like, you remember the technology, and you remember her just because it's her that invented the technology that started all the shit. Like, it's not like she did super awesome shit in the movie that you're like, God damn! Because that didn't happen. So, and that's Marvel's fault. Ironheart was meh. Yeah, in the movie, she definitely was. Now, Wakanda Forever. Now we're talking about Wakanda Forever because I was talking about Ironheart. But yeah, now there's a chance there's a chance, albeit probably a small chance, but there's a chance that once the focus is on her, rather than her being part of a much bigger project, that they will find a way to give her character depth and make her interesting. There's a chance. Despite Agatha being good, everything else we've seen, Agatha is the exception and not the rule. And since Ironheart comes from that same time period, that where Agatha is the exception and not the rule, I am still highly skeptical of this show. I'm not looking to June going, God damn, I can't wait for this show. I'm going into June like, we'll fucking see, but I'm not expecting shit. Yeah, I haven't rewatched it yet either. Probably gonna eventually. Like, there's only, well, really, there's only, Executive Judge came back from Passover. Cool. If I knew the appropriate phrase, I'd say it, but I don't. The fuck, where was I? Right. But yeah, it comes from a very suspect era of Marvel production, therefore I'm going in with some suspicion. But I'm not going in like, if I thought I was a guarantee that it was going to suck, then I probably wouldn't give it a chance at all. But there is a chance that whoever made this show took advantage of the fact that she wasn't part of a much, much bigger movie and found a way to make this character interesting that she wasn't given a chance to in the movie. There's a chance. I'm going to go in saying with the expectation that it's possible. Now, if they didn't do that, then I also won't be surprised. I'll be more surprised if they found a way to make her cool. Honestly. Ironheart is the last MCU project that was part of the make content for content era. One of the last ones. There's still Wonder Man that comes out into December. That's the last one, I think. Kind of seeing the fruits of the reroute with Born Again. Yeah, they, not as much as we probably should be, though. Like, Josh has a point. They did still leave way too much of the old show in the new show. Like, they made it sound like a complete reworking, and it was just more of a stitching. I mean, as far as that goes, that's valid. I still think he's way overreacting, but whatever. That's cool. But we're going to fully see the effects of restructuring with Thunderbolts and F4. Yes, that's what I believe, too. Emphasis on kind of. Where'd you say kind of? Oh, kind of, yeah. Yeah, although I think Season 2 of Born Again is going to be, like, dope. Beldan says, I'm going to check out Ironheart, but if they can't get Born Again to get views, then Ironheart and Wonder Man have zero shot, in my opinion. Oh, I don't expect... Yeah, no, I never expected Wonder Man and Ironheart to get views. Like, ever. I'm not going into it, like, thinking those shows are going to get views. I'm just going into them hoping I like them. Harris might be the actor in me, he says, but I'm kind of pumped for Wonder Man. Yaya is just a sick actor. Oh, he's definitely talented. I'm hoping they use it to course correct the fourth wall meta aspect of things. What do you mean course correct the fourth wall meta aspect? I thought Deadpool over and did a pretty good job of fixing the damage She-Hulk did. Executive Judge says even if the finale is good, not sure if it'll save the entire patches we had to go through. Oh no, it won't. No. 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 The finale, as lit as that finale possibly could be, and that we're all hoping it will be, yeah, there's no saving the whole season. I mean, there's always something to be said for ending on a strong note, but, you know, there's no way that one episode can generate a large enough note to make us go, you know what, that whole thing really wasn't as bad as it seemed in the middle of it. No, that's not going to happen. They should just dump the full seasons. Well, there's a chance that could happen. Because I thought Ironheart was 8 episodes. It's only 6. And I think Wonder Man's only 6, too. Let me make sure, but I think that one was never going to be 8. I think that one's always just been 6. Oh, no, no, I guess Wonder Man's going to have 8. So they might maybe drop Ironheart all at once, but I don't know if they're going to do Wonder Man all at once, although they still probably should. They still probably should. Yeah, I haven't seen anything with Yaya, but I've seen people talking about Yaya. Wonder Man is 9. What the fuck are you talking about? It's 8 episodes. I literally just read it. Unless I read like an outdated thing, which is entirely possible. Cool. DD grade out of 10 so far? I'm still giving it an 8. Because the stuff that is bugging a lot of other people is not bugging me. I mean, I see where people are coming from, and even some of it I agree with to a point. Like, the show is flawed. There's some shit I would not have put in there. Like, there's more shit that I would have cut out. There's more shit I would have streamlined. Like, they probably could have done this. Like, if they either needed to completely redo it, or shave it down to like 7 episodes. Just get rid of all the fluff, shave it down to 7 episodes, call it a day. The DD reshoots seem like it's episode... Oh, wait, sorry, I missed Griff. I'm missing shit. I'm glad they're ditching the 6 episode shtick after Ironheart, because that was not working. Shows stay getting worse and being the worst for it. No, most of the Disney, Marvel Disney Plus shows are 8 episodes. Most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. I mean, Echo was going to be 8 episodes, but it was, like, mostly shit, so they cut it down to 5 and got the fuck out of there. I think Secret Invasion was only 6, and aren't we happier for it? So, but yeah, most of them are 8. First thing I saw Yaya in was the Get Down on Netflix some years ago. Cool. Up to Dan. The DD reshoots seem like it's episode 1, 8, and 9. 2 to 7 seem like old stuff except for the Frank scene. Yeah, actually, in episode 1, it's just that first action scene is the only truly new shit in that one. So it's episodes 8 and 9 and 15 minutes of episode 1. But yeah, you can... I'm not saying I can't tell it's not Frankenstein together. I just don't think the stitches are as annoying as others do, basically, is kind of what that boils down to. To stick with the metaphor. Spicy Dan, I hope Ironheart does good. My wife bought me the Ironheart #1 and was so proud of herself. I had to be happy she did good. Yeah, that comic didn't even do well. Daredevil Born Again overall is not bad, to be honest. Hoping the finale is great, says Brooke. I mean, we're all hoping the finale is great, like, real talk. Rob, Daredevil Born Again is good. The fill is not so bad. I can't look past it. Yeah. Yeah, for me, at least, some of the filler... most of the filler shit is compelling. Like I wouldn't have had the caramel corn dude in there, Cracker Jack, eating homie. I would not have bothered with that. He'd have been gone. I mean, I understand why he was in there. He was in there to give, Matt a perspective on what real justice is to get him back on the path to putting the horns back on. Like, that was literally the whole point of that. But it really also wasn't necessary. Wow, Spicy Dan does not like that. Daredevil Born Again is horrible superhero TV. Anything CW is better. Okay. Now you're starting to sound like Justin saying Kenobi's better than Daredevil Born Again. Let's not get crazy. Supergirl CBS was better. Never watched it. Don't get sent to the couch tonight. No, he'd get sent upstairs is what it would be. It was also the show that launched Shamar Moore's career that got him the Miles Morales role. Oh, okay. Rob says, I could tell where the legal procedural crap was hoping to go. They need to keep dumping it. I mean, yeah, they need to make that a minor part of season 2. They don't need to cut it out entirely because, I mean, he is a fucking lawyer. But yeah, the emphasis needs to be flipped from the courtroom back to the street. Like, 100% agree with that. Xavier says, I heard from people who had access to the entire show that the finale is pretty good and hooks for season 2. So I'm excited but hopeful. Okay. I hope those people have the same taste that we do. I will say, though, oh God, just what's up, Jay? Defending the Kenobi take. What's up, my guy? How you doing? So yeah, I mean those set photos for Daredevil season 2 look lit. Like they've upgraded Bullseye's costume again. It actually has a bullseye on it now. What? I don't care if you heard me. I already told you were nuts with that shit on Wednesday. It's not like I'm saying anything different now. Bebo want cuddles. What the fuck are you even talking about, Rob? Oh, is it? Matt needs to dump Heather. I mean, kinda. I mean, like, right now it'd be he would have to maneuver it to where she dumped him. Only took 11 years to get Dee Dee on the chest. I mean, true. I mean, you can knock Netflix for that as well. Actually, you have to knock Netflix for that. Because Marvel Studios actually giving it to us. Double D's, man. We're getting the double D's from Marvel. Rob says, agree, Justin. Kenobi had high points. All 3 of them. Facts right there. Nuts? You mean on point? No, if I meant on point, I'd say it. Bebo came from the season 3 finale of Legends of Tomorrow. Oh, see, I didn't even make it through the season premiere or series premiere of Legends of Tomorrow. I was like, fuck this shit, and I shut it the hell off, and I never watched another frame. Seems like she was on the verge of dumping him before he got shot. I mean, yeah, that she looked like she was pretty close. Until she said that shit about she saved herself, the header hate was weird. Yeah, that wasn't a really good script choice, was it? I mean, like, part of me understands why she said it, but you know, Sweeney has nice double D's on the chest, giggity. I mean, you ain't wrong, bro. You ain't wrong. She's literally this generation's Marilyn Monroe. At least, okay, I shouldn't have said literally. There are aspects about her that resemble Marilyn Monroe, and more than just in the physical. But yeah, Sydney Sweeney's stacked as fuck. She's stacked like an IHOP. Stacked like a world record-sized Domino's tower. Yep. Okay. Let us move on to our next Marvel subject and get it the fuck out of the way. Alright, so Marvel has a movie coming out next month in like what, 3 weeks? 18th, 25th. Yep, 3 weeks. You watch Legends of Tomorrow most seasons to the last few. Once they stopped all the crossovers, you were done, eh, Brennan? Yeah, I couldn't make it through the premiere. Could not make it through the premiere. Okay, so, anywho, Marvel Studios has a movie coming out in 3 weeks. It is titled Thunderbolts, asterisk. And of course, as we know, this movie's gone through a fair amount of changes, and we were all sus. And then the trailers started to come out. And we're like, holy shit, maybe they actually have something going. That matter of fact, they dropped like 2 or 3 dope clips between yesterday and today. I'm not exactly sure where they're all at right now, but I've watched a couple of them. But anyhow, there's, this is still a team of B characters. Sorry, even Bucky is a B character. Captain America is the A character. He's the B character. It's just the way it is. You're still yet to cop your tickets. I never buy tickets in advance. So I'm one of the people that contributes. I contribute nothing to box office projections because I don't buy tickets early. I never know when I'm going to go. The changes weren't as rigorous as with Brave New World, though. I mean, well, most of the changes to Brave New World took place before filming. Or at least before all the filming was done. Like, most of the changes were done with the script and the directors and shit, because they brought in the people from Beef and a couple other things. So, but yeah, many changes were made to Thunderbolts, and it's starting to look like those changes were fucking for the good, because like everything they've brought out is lit. We're starting to get reports that people in the screenings pretty much universally thought this movie was lit, unlike Superman, where the results have been mixed. But don't worry, we're going to be praising DC here in a little while after we're done with this. But, facts are facts. Screenings for Superman have been mixed. To this point, screenings for Thunderbolts have been highly, highly praised. But, despite the dope trailers, and despite the dope clips, and despite the praise coming from the screeners, we have this news. Thunderbolts is projected to earn $65 million to $85 million during its domestic opening weekend. For comparison, Deadpool and Wolverine, $211 million. Captain America Brave New World, $88 million. That's not great. Got the Dan. Oh, Griff has his. Nice. Thunderbolts has the potential to be Rob's favorite MCU movie. That's cool. I think Thunderbolts has the potential to be very high on the list, but I don't think Thunderbolts has the potential to be my favorite MCU movie. Nothing is going to touch Winter Soldier. For me, nothing. I can't think of it. Well, if they come up with something like that level of dope in the Mutant Saga, maybe an X-Men movie could replace Winter Soldier as my favorite MCU movie. But nothing that, not even Doomsday or Secret Wars, I'm giving a chance to replace Winter Soldier. Infinity War and Endgame didn't. That's just me, though. Griff has his tickets. Delta Dan, check my IMAX fan event for Thunderbolts and still only 10 tickets sold out of like 100. Yep. That's what we're talking about. Only reason I buy tickets through the AMC app is because I can pre-order food and don't have to wait in line for it. I mean, yeah. Packed theaters are not as long as the movie is good. That's all that matters. Well, no, because people got to show the fuck up for a movie to make money. Doesn't matter how good or how good it ain't. Thunderbolts will be a grower, not a flashy shower. Sounds like someone I know. I too am a grower and not a shower. Sentry is the part about Thunderbolts I'm most excited about. He's the part of Thunderbolts that most nerds are excited about. How much was Minecraft estimated originally? Less than 100. Let me check, though. Where the early... J. Projections. No, what were the projections? Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so the initial early projections for Minecraft were 60 million from Jump, and then they adjusted it to 100 million. And then it ended up grossing 163 million almost. So yeah, the initial projections were not great. Started off at 60. Then pre-sales started to pop off, and they're like, okay, maybe I'll do 100. Then it did almost 170. Yeah, I'm talking about me, Daniel. Actually, like, real talk, that's probably most dudes. Most of us are growers and not showers, I would imagine. Going to see Warfare at all? I'm not the buff that thou art. I might be more of a movie... Like, I used to go see not just the blockbusters at movie theaters. I used to just go see movies. It was a lot more affordable back then. And people were less dicks back then in the theater. Alex is going to try and recreate a scene in his game from the movie. Nice. Where people having popcorn fights and going fucking just wilding out like crazy, like all those videos are showing that people are doing at your theater, Rob? Because, yeah. Has anyone's theater in the chat done that stupid chicken jockey trend? I don't know. For me, Secret Wars would be my favorite film if they have the scene where Doom kills Thanos, sends Brooke. See, I don't know if that would still make Secret Wars my favorite movie, but that might be my favorite individual scene that the MCU has ever done. I could probably give it that. If they actually show Doom giving Thanos the Predator treatment like he does in the comic, that will be my favorite MCU scene ever. Oh yeah, video game films are going to be coming on strong. As long as they keep doing them well. Like the video game, Josh is not wrong. The overall video game audience is much, much, much bigger than the overall comic book audience. Like that's just facts. So if Hollywood can start getting video game movies right, comic book movies are going to take a fucking backseat to it. From both studios. Marvel and DC will both take a backseat to video game movies if they do them right. Because the built-in audience is just bigger. Brandon doesn't play video games, so you don't care. I mean, that's fair. But like just overall around the world, there are many, many more gamers than there are comic sweaties. It's just kind of how it is. But yeah, so Thunderbolts. 2010s was the year for comic book movies for the millennials and Gen X. Y'all always want to keep forgetting about Gen X. Millennials wouldn't exist if it weren't for early Gen Xers fucking. Let's not forget that. There's a movie based on the Doom game that starred The Rock. Yeah, oh yeah, that bombed real bad. That was not appreciated because evidently I never watched it, but from what I heard, there wasn't anything to appreciate. But yeah, so Thunderbolts, early projections not good, but also, and unfortunately, not surprising. I mean, let's face it, there's only been like one super strong Marvel project in the last 3 years. There's been a couple of decent ones. Like Black Panther 2 did okay. It was alright. Guardians 3, pretty decent. Obviously, Deadpool and Wolverine, 1.3 billion. But, you know, surrounding Black Panther 2 was, or no, when was that? Am I getting it backwards? I don't know, but there's Quantumania was in there, the Marvels was in there. Bunch of shit Disney Plus stuff was in there. So, it's, you know, dopeness has been more the exception than the rule. Which is, you know, which is why people freak out more over shit like what Joseph Quinn said. And which is why we have probably one of the best looking Marvel movies in quite some time. No Way Home, Guardians 3, Deadpool 3. Okay, yeah. I said Guardians 3. So, but yeah, in the theater it's been like 50-50, and on Disney Plus it's been like 1 out of 5. Lately, anyway. Yeah, that came real close to making $1 billion. I contributed my visit to the theater for that one. But so yeah, Thunderbolts may at least financially not do so well. I don't think it's going to bomb. Or actually, let me rephrase. I think there's a reasonable chance that it will not bomb. But the only way that's going to happen, the only way that opening weekend is going to get bigger, giggity, well, there's a couple ways. One, y'all remember the social media reaction, which came out before the critics' reaction to Joker Folie. Y'all remember? The influencers shit all over that movie. And the box office projections took a nosedive immediately after that. So the first thing Thunderbolts needs is for the influencers to love it. Whether you like it or not, Mark Ramos has power. And people like him. That's Soups on Twitter. He and his ilk, I know he's mostly a TikToker, but he and his ilk have a ton of power now, at least when it comes to getting people to feel some way about a project. You ain't gotta like it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. But it is a fact. So if the early social media reactions for Thunderbolts are super positive, I think that's going to be a significant step in this movie performing well. But in order for it to really, really get legs, whether or not the opening weekend is like great, there's going to have to be a lot more word of mouth from the people that go see it opening weekend. What's the definition of bombing for Thunderbolts? Less than 400. Do we know its production budget? Like, if it doesn't, basically, if it does not do better than Brave New World, it's a fucking bomb. Because Brave New World's a bomb. It didn't make it. It ain't making money. What was it about? Oh yeah. Okay. If you believe this, and I'm not sure I believe this one, just like I didn't believe Brave New Worlds, considering all, like, they didn't like go as hard on the in-production fixes and shit with reshoots and all that crap. But according to this, they're claiming the production budget for Thunderbolts is only $150 million. So if that's true, that movie, if that's true, and again, I don't think so. I think it's way closer to $200 million. But, you know, if that's true, it only needs to hit $375 million to break even. But it'll still be a bomb if it does less than Brave New World, which I don't think is more than, it's more than 400, but not too much. Where are we at? Come on. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, come on. Yeah, this story's only 4 days old. Okay, yeah. There we go. 412. And even at their $180 million budget that they claim, which is total fucking bullshit, they said they needed 425 to break even. So they did not break even. So at 150, they only need 375, but I don't care. This movie makes less than Brave New World. It's a bomb. That Super Bowl trailer wasn't cheap. Nope. So yeah, I don't buy that 150. That is closer to 2. So let's say it's 2. That means it needs to make 450 to break even. Or no, sorry, 500 to break even. But on the other hand, I would call 700 I would call 650 a success. If it corrects 7, I'll be like, fuck yeah, let's go. Just because of where Marvel's at right now. This is not a movie that needs to make a billy for it to be a success. And I'm not talking about just because of box office math. Like 700 million would be like boner territory for this movie, like honestly. But it's gonna need a lot of help from social media, both before the premiere and after the premiere. Like the early influencer reviews are gonna have to kill it, and the immediate reaction and the out of theater reactions are gonna have to kill it. Because the opening weekend is not going to tell the story. Like all movies, the second weekend is going to tell the story. And for example, Minecraft had one of the smallest drop-offs I've ever seen. Hopefully the chairs helped. I think they predicted... What was it? Yeah, it was like one of the smallest drop-offs I've ever seen. Like maybe... I think it was only going to be like 30 million less this weekend than last weekend. If Doomsday bombs, Marvel is really doomed. That's facts. Actually, really, if F4 bombs, no one's going to care about Doomsday. It resides more on F4 than anything else. Which is another reason Joseph Quinn needs to shut the fuck up. What's Minecraft at now? Yeah. There we go. Now I remembered how to type. Okay, that was last weekend. Okay, comicbook.com. Okay, it's projected to gross over 80 million this weekend. So only like a 50% drop off. Wow. Okay, so get this. If the projection's accurate, Minecraft in 2 weekends domestically will have brought in 280 million. Captain America Brave New World has made to date domestically 199.5. Captain America debuted February 14th. It's made 195 million domestically. Minecraft has been out 2 weekends, and it's going to have cracked 280. 90 million more in 2 weeks than Brave New World domestically. Brave New World is made since fucking Valentine's Day, yo. Yeah, video games are definitely next. Yeah. Thunderbolts might be really, really good, but it still might not make that much money. And that's Marvel's fault. This movie's going to need help. This movie's going to need a lot of word of mouth help. So word of mouth being literal and or virtual. That's just the way it is. Like I don't know how anyone could like see it any differently. I really don't, unless they're like a total insane toxic positive glazer. Yeah, that's literally the only way you could think this movie is not in trouble. It's a shame that it's in trouble, but it is in trouble. But it is in trouble. All right, I'm going to take a quick tinky, and then we'll talk about cool, like, happy shit. And believe it or not, it's all coming from fucking DC. What the fuck? What happened to my other thing? God damn it. All right, I'll get that when I get back. Okay, I'll be right back. Yeah. You're gonna need a Xanax to listen to the DC spin? Well, get your bottle out, bitch. Marvel just needs to stop trying to make a Michael Bay movie. It needs plots that make sense. I mean, that would help. Huh. That's funny. You guys want to see something? Look at this headline from India Today. Oh, Marvel TV brought the MCU back to life after Endgame's uncertain future, and they're talking about Daredevil Born Again. Evidently, they really like Daredevil Born Again over in India. They digging that shit. They digging that shit. Where is it? You motherfucker. Why do you... You know, you'd think as smart as these search engines are, they should just literally grab what you type. Okay, yep, that is the article. There we are. All right. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, Delta Dan. All right. Blink. Episode 8 would have been a really good episode. 5 and 6. My point. They could have streamlined that shit down to 7 episodes. Anywho. So we've got some leaks of pictures from the Supergirl set. Helps if I hit the right button. Behold. We have Millie Alcock's Supergirl in a actual Supergirl looking outfit. And guess who we have here, ladies and gentlemen? On a tank or some kind of transport with a turret. This is Jason Momoa Lobo, folks. That's who that is. There we go, a little bit different angle. That's Momoa, bro. Now, he did confirm earlier today, Super Socks, yeah, exactly, that he is done filming. So I don't know when these images were taken, but if they were recent, then he's done filming. If they're older, then who knows how much left he was doing, but he done now. Lobo sounds like an epic character. Oh, Lobo is fucking magnificent, dude. A friend of mine named Ray introduced me to him back in the late 90s. He's like, you ever read Lobo's books? I'm like, no, and he hands me some Lobo comics, and I read them, and I'm like, this dude is fucking amazing. And Momoa was born to play this character. Now, I don't know if y'all noticed, there appears to be a distinct lack of cape here. That would be for safety. They're gonna... Oh, that's coming. They do that for safety. They're gonna digitally add all of the rest of the cape in post. So we got these cool stills, and that's pretty dope. I like what can't see shit for the suit, but I do like what little I can see. Looks better put together than Superman's suit, and of course, Momoa Lobo. Exactly. They'll CGI the cape in later. But those stills came from this video. So he's got an axe. And some sort of something there. So they about to... Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, they're going to fight. Whatever they're setting up for, and it looks like he's going to get kicked off of something and maybe bounce off some shit with these mats. Someone's going off this side of the tank. And you can tell this is a fucking drone. So that might not actually be Millie Alcock if they're getting ready for a fight scene. It might be, might not be. Depends on how much they're about to do. But that's still what the Supergirl suit's going to look like. She's going to have longer hair. And this is what Moa's going to look like. Don't know why he's got armor on. That's a little weird. Lobo's not big on the armor. But still. So that's pretty dope. I think this account has more. Let me see what else we got. Okay. This is fun. We got one of these is Millie, one of these is the stunt double, and someone's kicking somebody here. That looks like in play because that's not another actor. That's kind of fun. What else this person has? Oh. This evidently is part of the Supergirl set. All these domes and shit. Interesting. Lobo is an epic character, that is true. He's better off being treated as a Deadpool or Deadpool mixed with Wolverine than a hero character in an ensemble film. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're going to hero him. I will give James Gunn... The only thing that really annoys me about James Gunn is, like, he thinks he's way funnier than he is. I think that's the biggest thing, is he, like, there are times to be super gun-like Creature Commandos. Go for it, bro. Be the epitome of you. And there are times to not. DC movies are a time to not. Like, the mainline characters. I mean, Creature Commandos, like, you know, go as gun as you want on the side characters. Like the C&D characters. I mean, technically, Lobo's a side character. Technically, well, a B-level character anyway. But yeah, go ham on the C's and D's. Be very careful with your A's and your B's. That is one thing I gotta give James Gunn credit for, is he is a sweaty. He just lets his version of humor get out of control sometimes. Okay. Here's another video. Looks like they're getting ready for that tank fight here. This is a much better look at the suit too. I like it. It looks way better than the Superman suit, that's for goddamn sure. Looks good. Looks good. Tomorrow we'll put it in a trash bag. See, I think he's overstating that too, because I was thinking about it earlier. I may make a video on this. Like, how far has Marvel gone to take the sexy away? Really? That's pretty fucking sweet, though. What do you guys think? Let me see if there's anything more interesting here with this. Nope, that's from that. Oh, here we go. This is a set being built for Supergirl. some buildings here. Oh, that's where the little dome shit came from. There's the domes. This homie's gotta be using a drone, bro. Gotta be using a drone. Can't wait for the cosplay costumes. Oh my. No, that's a belt, Brennan. That's a belt. Can't wait for the costume. Yeah, I know. Oh, God, Daniel. Yes. Millie Alcock was great in Hot D. She's gonna do on her role as Supergirl. Oh, she's gonna fucking kill it. She's gonna fucking kill it. Okay, now he's just dropping stills from his fucking video. Okay. No, she is gonna kill it, I think. She's gonna do a really good job. But, what do you guys think? I think that suit looks good. I think having footage... I'm a big Momoa stan, you guys know this, so I thought that was pretty dope to see a little bit of Lobo going on. They're obviously gonna be, having a dispute. You think you need that costume for an anniversary gift? Is your wife gonna then dress as Lobo? Supergirl, that wife? Yeah, I think that suit looks way, way better than the Superman suit. Maybe that's just me. What do you guys think? I think that suit looks way better. Honestly, I think this movie is going to be way better. Than the Superman movie. I'm with Josh on this one. I'm not with him on the Johnny Storm take, but I am definitely in lockstep with him on this one. I am much more excited for this movie than I am Superman. And he does have a point. If that rumor about the Kryptonian retcon is accurate, that does add a very interesting bit of context to Supergirl. So, I still don't know if I'm a big fan of that retcon. Like, my initial response, and I'm still kind of right there, is fuck no. I'm not a fan of that. But it's going to come down to the execution. Like, if he executes that retcon really well, I'm probably not going to be mad about it. Craig Gillespie. Have you not watched Hot D, Brennan? The problem? It's DC. Well, I mean, just like I'm giving Marvel a shot with each of their individual projects, I am doing the same with DC. Helen Rachel Slater will always be the OG Supergirl. Is that the chick that was in like the 80 whatever movie? 85 movie, I think it was? 84, 85? Or is that the CW bitch? So yeah, Craig Gillespie. Oh, here, IMDb. Here we go. This will answer directors and writers. Okay. So it was directed by Craig Gillespie, written by Otto Binder, Tom King, and Anna Nogueira. Anna Nogueira has done something else that I think was cool. The fucking Tom King, the writer of the Woman of Tomorrow run that this is based off of, and also titled as. I think it'll be okay. And I think that's why another reason I'm much more excited for this movie is because the most James Gunn is doing with this movie is giving notes. He is not a writer. He is not directing it. This is where he's actually just being Feige and being the executive producer and head of the studio with this movie. Which is why this movie's probably going to be better than Superman. So yeah, this outside of Gunn being an executive producer and probably dropping some notes, he has not much to do with this, which is good news in my opinion. Not to mention the fact that the guy who wrote the goddamn run is also helping to write this movie. They literally blew up a planet that had every freaking rock of Krypton land everywhere Superman may go with the yellow sun anytime in his life, so there's a weakness to give the villains a chance. Well, I mean, comic books are famous for their plot armor. In this case, they're giving villainous people the plot armor. Laura Vandervoort is gorgeous. I don't know who's playing these goddamn Supergirls, bro. Supergirl in Smallville was hot. I never watched it. Although it's kind of funny, like, one of these days this week, my time kept dropping scenes from Smallville. It was like, I did not remember this show was this horny, and dropping, like, horny scene after horny clip. Kind of funny. So, yeah. Yeah, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow also has that going for it. In that it is neither written nor directed by James Gunn. You know? So yeah, I think we may be in for a treat with Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I mean, we'll see. It was a horny show? Maybe I should watch it. Sounds like it's right up my alley, at least that aspect of it anyway. Is Laura Vandervoort the CW one? Like, I mean the Arrowverse one? Because Smallville was also CW. I believe. Yeah, is she the, Lois was hot in Smallville too? Damn, I guess I really do need to watch that show. Rob, then just wait. If it's Truth, Justice, and the American Way, half the world will boycott. And if they do any version of Truth, Justice, and all that stuff, half to 3/4 of the U.S. will boycott again. Or Laura Vandervoort was the Smallville one? Okay. I mean, maybe. I would like Smallville. That's what I keep being told. I mean, to a point, you might be right. It's going to be interesting to see how Gunn handles it. I can almost guarantee that you're not going to hear the phrase Truth, Justice, in the American Way. Matter of fact, fuck it, I can guarantee you won't hear that shit. Didn't hear that shit in Snyder's either. That convinced me to watch the show, Hot Lois, while also Hot Supergirl. That helped too. So I was supposed to choke my way through 2 seasons of Legends of Tomorrow in hopes that it would finally get good and then have my hopes finally rewarded in season 3. If I were to go back and watch that show, that's how it would be. Yeah, I'm good. I'll stick with my not making it through the series premiere and leave it there. Yep. That's what I'm gonna do. Just skip season 1 and season 2. Am I not gonna miss Story Thread? Hey, Icarus, there's 5 seasons of Legends of Tomorrow? You didn't know that, I take it. Am I not gonna be lacking Story Thread if I skip the first 2 seasons? I mean, don't get me wrong. White Canary's fucking hot. Is that her name, the blonde chick? Like the Hot and Cold brothers are Gomers. I'm not going to lose story thread if I don't watch seasons 1 and 2. All right. That doesn't give me confidence in their ability to construct a story. Unlike the MCU, you don't really need to watch season 1 or season 2, just accept their ragtag band of time travelers. Bro, that's just a TV show. Like, having a story carry through seasons is just fucking TV. White Canary. Okay, yeah. Each season is self-contained for the most part. Alright. That made it 7 seasons? Jesus Christ. Alright. Oh shit, I didn't realize music's been this loud the whole long. Could you still hear me decently? That's weird. No one said anything. Katie Lots is smoking hot. Is that White Canary? Because if you're talking about White Canary, you're damn right. See, I did watch like 3 seasons of Arrow and 3 seasons of The Flash. No Supergirl. And I don't know, some portion of the season premiere Legends of Tomorrow. And that's it. That's it. White Canary, yeah. She looked good. Maybe I'll find a breakdown vid for seasons 1 and 2, says Delta Dan. Well, if what they're saying is accurate, you don't even need to do that. You know? Alright, I got one more thing. We may, ladies and gentlemen, have one of those situations where fans will get somebody cast in a role they want. It's happened before. Between Rosario Dawson wanting it and campaigning and the fans backing her up like crazy, she became Ahsoka. Fan casting to an extreme level. Got John Krasinski as Reed Richards in Multiverse of Madness. And now it appears that we are beginning to be on a similar track when it comes to Batman. And this comes with the actor called Brandon, is it Sklenar or Sklenar? Sklenar. Anyway, so all of a sudden, like, you heard a lot of Alan Ritchson being fan cast, what's his goddamn name? Jensen Ackles. You know, all kinds of other people. And then all of a sudden, a couple weeks ago, at least, this is when I noticed it start happening. The name Brandon, I'm going to go Sklenar. The name Brandon Sklenar started popping up as a fan cast. Like, and it started gaining steam on social media that I've seen. And now many people are talking about it. And then, I think last week, he was like, hell yeah, I'm about that life. And then this big old interview that Hollywood Reporter did, because he's got this movie coming out named Drop. Of course, they went to interview on that. And then, as per usual, at the very end of the article, they asked him about the fan casting. And this is what he had to say. Whoever the interviewer from the Hollywood Reporter says, well, you know you've made it in this town when fanboys, fuck you, cast you as a different superhero every other week. Okay, I don't like whoever the fuck this is, but the DCU's Batman sounds like something that you're actually considering. After so many great actors have played him, including your bar fight buddy Bale, I don't know what the fuck that's referencing, do you think there's still enough uncharted territory to explore? He says, absolutely. Every actor that's played the role has done a very different incarnation of Bruce Wayne Batman. If you compare Christians to Roberts, Pattinson, it couldn't be any more different. I mean, it's true. I also have my own ideas on the character if that ever comes to fruition. He was my favorite comic book character as a child, and he's superior because he is the real man. He's just really hurting and reeling from the death of his parents, and Batman is his way of coping. So I think there's a lot more to explore there, and there's a way to do it that makes it very real. I've honestly enjoyed every incarnation of Batman. Please don't be meaning George Clooney's. But Christian's was my favorite. Hell yeah. I do love what Rob is doing with it now. I don't know if I love it. It's a really bold choice. That's true. And Rob is just an incredible actor in general. I don't know about incredible, but he's pretty good. So if it ever comes around, and I would gladly take that torch. And I would not take it lightly. That's pretty fucking cool. Like, I've never actually seen any of his work, but his resume is pretty impressive. A lot of people in, like, on the social medias are like, you know, not just all about it because he looks like he could be a good Bruce Wayne Batman, but because, you know, they think he has the chops for it. Brandon Sklenar. Yeah, none of those descriptions appeal to me. Rob, not one of them. I'm good. Yeah, none of that makes me want to go onto Max and try and find that motherfucker or whatever. Would that be on Paramount? CW end up on Paramount? I don't know which even streamer CW is on anymore. No clue. But okay, he's saying a lot of cool shit though. It's just funny after season 3? Okay. Like, that's his favorite comic book character. He takes it seriously. He's thought about it a lot. Bale's his favorite. He would gladly take the torch and he would not take it lightly. Netflix got the CW shows for now? Okay. Brandon Sklenar is so good in 1923. He's a badass in it. During the finale, I was literally thinking Marvel DC better swoop this dude up. He would be a perfect Batman. Also, 1923 finale is so good. Run, Barry, run. What the fuck are you even talking about? That's the Flash. It's the Flash. So, but, I mean, that sounds pretty fucking cool. Like, he's got the right attitude, or at least he's talking the right talk. From what people who've seen his work are saying, including our own Delta Dan, it appears he can walk the walk. And it also appears he wants to. Like, this has been a popping off subject, not just with, like, fans, but, you know, this is not his first quote when it comes to Batman. So I feel like he's starting to campaign. I mean, there was that, you know, he was asked if he's gotten a call, and he, you know, did that quick nod. He's like, yeah, when he probably wasn't supposed to. So if I were to guess, and assuming he has spoken with somebody at Warner Brothers, I would guess that they were non-committal after that call. And I feel like he's now campaigning. So between him and enough support out there in the zeitgeist, primarily through social media, we very well, I'd say we have a decent chance that Brandon Sklenar is going to be the next DC Batman. Like DCU Batman, official one. Not Reeves Batman. Gun Batman. And if he really feels the way he says he feels in this and is that into it, I'm all fucking for it. Give me Brandon Sklenar, give me Brandon Sklenar, Bruce Wayne, Batman. Let's do it. I mean, Delta Dan's down. C-Dub, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? You got here right at the end of my planned subjects. That's all right, though. Doesn't mean I ain't going to hang out for a while. Excuse me. It'll be just talking about what the fuck ever. But, yeah. I ain't fixing to go nowhere for a minute. May have to run upstairs and see if there's a pop, though. My shit almost gone. Josh is down, yes. He is. Although I find it kind of ironic that he thought it was wild that Joseph Quinn had his own ideas about how to play Johnny Storm, but doesn't mind Brandon Sklenar having his own ideas on how to play Batman. Your pen just died. Oh, that blows. I made sure mine was charged. I charged it earlier. I planned ahead. So I just found that a little ironic. Side note. But yeah, no, I'm in. I'm in on Brandon Sklenar as the DCU Batman. I mean, he wants it. He's very into the character, obviously. Like, personally. Favorite comic book character as a kid. He's thought about it a lot. He's watched all the movies, obviously. Kids Were Gone Today, he used it more than usual. I mean, fair. Totally fair. So, vape pens need a charge? I assume you're being sarcastic. Unless they're the disposable kind, yes. Yeah, I'm in. It'll be interesting to see if it actually happens. Will we have another successful fan cast? You haven't seen Sklenar fan pics? People who don't read comics normally say Batman. Yeah. Watch 1923 and I'll be 100 in. Okay. I mean, I've heard all that Taylor Sheridan shit does pretty good. You know? Executive Judge, I don't do drugs, so I'm clueless to that stuff. Don't come for me, please. I'm not going to come for you, but I don't do drugs either. I just smoke weed, bro. When you say drugs, I go with like things that should be Schedule 1, which marijuana should not be. Marijuana being considered the same level of drug as heroin and cocaine and shit was purely a political move by Richard Nixon. That is the only reason it's on the same list as those. It is nothing like those. So, well, federally it's still illegal. I mean, it's legal. It's for as far as the state of Michigan is concerned, it's legal. But as far as the federal government's concerned, it's still right up there with cocaine and heroin and meth and shit. And that's just based purely on Nixon politics. Yeah, sometimes I like to do it like I'm drinking a cup of tea. I go pinky up. So, a little bit of history. Yeah, purely an attack on the counterculture and the Black Panthers. Hippies and Black Panther. Basically any counterculture movement at that point in time. Because weed was a big part of it. So Nixon's like, fuck these people. I'm going to find a way to throw them all in jail. Oh, here's how we do it. Marijuana is now a Schedule 1 drug, or Schedule 2, or whatever it is. Nope, this shit's just as bad as heroin. Purely a political move. And it's taken damn near 50 years to even put a dent in that stigma. Carts are $6. Nice. This one was $6. There's a weed shop right next to your Costco. Cha-ching. Nice. You know what I would do? If I ever got the money, I would open like a Dairy Queen right next to a Dispo if I could. Can't grow it that cheap? Nope. That's what I would do. I'd open like a Dairy Queen or maybe like a crumble cookie right next to a Dispo. That's what I'd fucking do. You went to Dairy Queen once, loved the milkshake. You've only been to Dairy Queen once? Dog, get a Blizzard. The DQ is on the way home? Yeah. I mean, it's not on my way home, but it ain't far either. There's this local place though called Mickey's. Way better than DQ. And don't get me wrong, DQ good. But this mom and pop place that's like literally they have 2 locations just in like this town. Well, technically it's in 2 different towns. One's in Garden City, one's in Westland. But neighboring towns. And that shit's the bomb. It's soft serve just like DQ, but I don't know what makes their soft serve different from DQ's, but it's better. It's good. Like, really the only time I get DQ, and because they're open just for the season. They're a seasonal place. They're only open for literally like from like April to October. So if I want ice cream between October and April, then I got to go to DQ. But other than that, when Mickey's is open, I don't go to DQ for ice cream. Unless I want it later than Mickey's is open, because DQ stays open later. But I also generally don't eat ice cream that late. You damn me a picture of my... Okay, I'll check that out. You can throw a football from your first department to a DQ is open all year. Oh no, DQ's open all year. Mickey's isn't. So I go to DQ when Mickey's is closed, but I do not go to DQ when Mickey's is open. But yeah, Brooke, go get a fucking blizzard, bro. They're so goddamn good. Yeah. You need to go again, sir. DQ is really, really good. I hate aging. Burger and fries is at DQ is whatever. Honestly, wish they gave a bigger portion, but milkshake is on point. Yeah, like DQ likes to pretend like they're good at hot food, but they're just aight. I've eaten like their hot food. It's okay. But yeah. It's all about the ice cream. Fuck. Cookies and cream and Butterfinger blizzards are fire, but can't go wrong with the vanilla chocolate chip cone. I mean, fair. Or chocolate dip cone. Yeah, that's fair. I like getting an Oreo blizzard with chocolate ice cream. Because I'm a fatty. Yep. That's how I do it. It's delicious. Oh, gamers in the chat. Did any of you check out that game that dropped earlier today? Or did the game drop or just some footage? Like, was it Marathon? Oh, me too, Brennan, but they're closed around here already. They closed at 11. Didn't even know it was a thing? Oh, yeah, you can request whatever flavor ice cream you want for your Blizzard, bro. If you want a Twist Blizzard, they'll give you a fucking Twist Blizzard. I don't know, Josh is making a big old deal about it. Game didn't drop? Okay. Was the footage good? Did it look cool? I think I saw something about, like, there's going to be no, what was it? Marathon looks awesome. You had a Mentorio Blizzard? You don't have one close? That blows, Brennan. Wasn't there some, oh, proximity chat. Weren't they saying that there wasn't going to be proximity chat in there? Yeah, Bungie. But I think I saw that there's not going to be proximity chat in Marathon. I don't know how long it is. Oh, let me see. Let me see what I can find. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Get out of there. I'll do this. Okay. Okay, here we go. How long is this shit? Oh, it's 5 minutes. Okay, yeah, we'll watch that shit. Give me a second here. Let me turn the music off. Shut up. I'm not going to get cracked for this, am I? Alright, we'll watch this one here. Damn, hold up, bro. Alright, let's check this shit out. Proximity chat. Well, yeah, but they're saying there isn't going to be proximity chat. That's the thing. They're saying there isn't going to be that. Oh, yeah. 12-year-olds talking shit. Well, yep. All right. So you guys ready? No. Okay. Let's watch this shit.
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats, capable of both tactical and fast-paced combat. Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players, countless security forces, and otherworldly threats. To scavenge the remains of a lost colony for glory and fortune. The environments of Tau Ceti 4 are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can scavenge throughout the map. Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. Die, and all your gear will be up for grabs. Survive, and your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death is inevitable, but it's never the end. Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponent. And in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top. And even if you're down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you can get right back into the fight. Bungie brings its best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay, runners with unique playstyles, and customizable builds create highly dynamic and strategic team fights. Whether you're on a zero-to-hero run or high-rolling with powerful gear, you'll need to use your best judgment when you decide which fights to pick and how. Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge. Marathon is designed to be played in crews, with contextual pings, shared objectives, and down but not out, to streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the odds to revive your teammates and get out with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are enough to conquer any challenge, we give you the freedom to opt out of crew fill to take all the glory for yourself as a solo runner. No 2 runs in Marathon ever play out the same. With dynamic events, variable weather, and unpredictable players, you'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive. Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen while you're chasing your objective. Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends, grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need. You're always free to experiment with team compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination. Endgame challenges, ranked play, discovering secrets, seasonal storytelling, community events, and more all await you in Season 1, where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries of Tau Ceti 4. Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
All right. Join the Discord to sign up for the closed alpha test. Cool.
Next big score.
Keep forgetting I gotta do that. Womp. Wait a minute. Oh, dumbass. What a dumbass. And that does look pretty cool. It looks like it's that looks like a kind of game that'll be fun to watch other people crash out over. It looks like a game I would play if I was any good at FPSs. I'm just target fodder on these games. Same here, Brennan. I'm just here to draw enemy fire and maybe occasionally get a lucky kill in. That's about it. But yeah, I think that does look pretty cool. What do you dedicated gamers think? Jay, were you watching? Are you familiar? Did you watch it earlier? What do you think of Marathon? You know, if you can pause what you're doing long enough to type a few words. What do you think? Left 4 Dead 2 is an FPS game you sometimes play? Alright. It's pretty fun. Cool. Cool. I'm unfamiliar. I'm unfamiliar with that one. When did that fucking happen? That was weird. You guys want to see something funny? This is one way I help my numbers just a little bit. Last of Us tomorrow. Oh, that premieres tomorrow? Cool. Left 4 Dead 2 is fun, just intense. Nice. That's my other channel, Brooke. I'm cheesing a view. That's my other channel I've done one video for, and then life. Like, I still have ideas for it. I just got to quit being a lazy bitch. Yeah, that's just me watching on my phone on my other channel. Yeah, I know. I need to quit being lazy. Yeah, goddamn it, I'm desperate. I will use other accounts to up my engagement. I don't care. I ain't ashamed. I don't know if it's like to the extent he's implying, but I would imagine that's actually an accurate statement. Because there's no way in fuck we would know how advanced the United States weaponry actually is at this point as a civilian. No fucking way would we have any clue. I guarantee they have shit, like fairly advanced shit that we know nothing about, or that we would be very surprised at how advanced it is. So, honestly, that might be one of the truest things to ever come out of his face. I have not heard about the press conference around the next 6th gen fighter jet. I had like a brief dalliance with the subject of fighter jets when I was young. That's about the extent of it. But that's cool. I can only imagine how dope that jet's going to be. Is it going to be for the Air Force or the Navy, though? That's the question. Because you got to build jets a certain way to put them on aircraft carriers. The F-47? For the Air Force. The F-47, huh? Maybe it'll be the F-A-45. All right. So generally the Air Force has the overall faster planes. I'm not saying the Navy doesn't have fast fucking jets. They do. But the Air Force tends to have the faster ones. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I'm sure there's some shit that we know nothing about that's way more advanced than we would suspect. Well, I don't care why. But also 1940s. Okay, yeah, that's that too. I'll just go because I'm just going with the year. That's the part I'll concentrate on. I didn't even know you left, but thanks for coming back. We're still here. I don't know for how much longer. Probably not too much longer, actually. Because conversation be dying down. If I search up Salvatore Pais, he's like this secretive engineer who has patents relating to anti-gravity and fusion and stuff. Oh, really? Interesting. Like actual government filed patents with that shit? Interesting. Alright, why not? One more. He used to work for the Navy, now he works for the Space Force. Cool. Oh, nice. Throw that in the Discord. If you would be so kind. He's crazy smart, but some people think he might be a hack. Who knows? It's freaky stuff, though. Well, I mean, two things could be true. There are crazy smart people out there, but they can't put it together the right way, and they end up also being hacks. You can be as crazy smart as you want, but if you don't apply it properly, it don't fucking matter. Yeah. Don't matter what it is if you don't use it. So, say they hire the fancast Batman. How far away would that movie be? 3 or 4 years? At least 3. Because even if they sealed the deal tomorrow, they don't have a script. They don't have shit. So they'd have to get a script banged out, get everything scheduled. Yeah, probably closer to 4 years. They could get it done in 3 if they, like, barely did anything else and just committed to that. They could get it done and have it out in, like, late 2028. Yeah. You don't use it, you lose it. 40-year-old version, yes. They were supposed to announce the contract for the Navy 6th-gen fighter jet a week after they announced it for the Air Force, but I think SecDef went on some overseas trip. Yeah, 3 years, they could get it done. It would not surprise me if it took 4, though. They'd be stupid if they didn't fucking get down on it and get it done in 3 years, though. That would be the smart thing to do. Oh, thanks, Brooke. 10-minute ABC video. Nice. But yeah, so, I mean, that's really what they should do. They need to get him, they need to get their actor locked down. And then they, how long ago did they start writing production on Superman? I'm not sure how long Gunn's been working on the script. I mean, technically, he had to stop working on it during the strike. I think he was working on it before the strike. So he worked on that script for a couple 3 years. They actually got it filmed relatively quickly, though. I can't remember when it started. Feels like it hasn't been that long. It hasn't been super long. I think they got all the filming done in 23. Maybe late 23 and early 24. I don't remember. But we'll say at least 2 years it's been in production, which is about average. I mean, if you're good, you can pump a movie out in like a year and a half or 14 months. Doomsday. But yeah. Richson is awesome for the bat suit. I don't know if he's a Bruce Wayne kind of guy, though. Absolute. Oh, yeah, definitely Absolute Batman. Although he's a little too old. Absolute Batman is younger. But he's definitely built like Absolute Batman. Definitely. Yeah, they need that solid script before anything happens, according to Gunn. Yep. And I agree with him on that one. Like, Marvel... I know the Marvel system involves doing shit, like, literally right up to the week before the fucking movie premieres, but, I really wish they'd stop and, like, actually have it a plan. Oh, that'd be dope if Affleck came back for a Batfleck movie, but that's never going to happen. He is not a Gun fan at all. I mean, he hasn't come right out and said so, but the shit he said, if you read between the lines, or as Josh loves to say, the subtext of what he said, it's pretty much fuck James Gunn. Unless he's flipped on that recently, and I missed it. Which is always possible. July is vital to both studios. You're dead ass on that, Brooke. July is vital to both studios. It's going to be very interesting to see how shit plays out in the latter half of this year. That's for damn sure. Brandon Sklener's a way better actor than Reacher. He's pretty yoked already in 1923 and could get bigger. I mean, honestly, like, Batman doesn't have to be, like, super yoked. I mean, Bale was big, but he wasn't, like, what I would call yoked. I mean, if Sklener's already that size, he's good. Damn. Thunderbolts prediction 600, F4 750. Wow, you're only giving it 750? Doomsday 1.5 to 2 billion, Secret Wars 2 billion plus, Spider-Man 4 making over 2 billion. I don't think Spider-Man 4 is going to get 2 billion. I hope Thunderbolts hit 600 million. I'd be disappointed if F4 only does 750. Doomsday, I see closer to 1.5. Secret Wars probably right around 2. Spider-Man 4's, we're talking probably Doomsday-ish. 1.5-ish. Ben Affleck is a good size. Pause. I mean, he's a big boy. Just because No Way Home almost made $2 billion despite not releasing in China. That's true, of course. If reports are accurate, these movies might not be releasing in China either. Part of the trade war. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Oh, that's cool. You're just making me want Brandon Sklenar even more as the Batman. I mean, he's he's pretty enough for the Bruce Wayne part of it. And evidently he's badass enough for the Batman part of it. How tall is Affleck? He's like 6'2", I think. I don't know. Oh no, my boy Ben is 6'4". my boy Ben is 6'4". Not bad. Oh, I know, Icarus, but we're not talking about that tonight. I'm having a good night. So he's close. He's pretty damn close to Batfleck size. At least height-wise. I don't know if I want to Google pictures of shirtless Sklenar. But, you know, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices to your search history. So close to size. Oh yeah, no, I'm a 6'2" Batman is totally fine with me. Matt Damon's like 5'10". Yep. No, Damon is not large. Like, he got, for his frame, he got pretty big for Bourne, but the overall him not a big boy. Matt Damon's in Euro Trip? I don't remember him being in Euro Trip. That's wild. Yeah, that shit's funny as fuck. My neck. He's a band singer at the beginning of the film? Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. My eyes are dry. I wonder why. He posted one chest naked in Josh's Discord because during his stream he posted 18-year-old Sklenar pic and everyone was talking shit. Scotty doesn't know. That's funny. Okay, I'm gonna get on out of here, y'all. I love you. You're the best. I hope you have fun. I have fun. I hope I did not trigger anyone with some of my thoughts this evening. You haven't watched the Bourne films, Brooke? What the fuck? Scotty doesn't know the song Matt Damon sings. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Yeah, you better get on that shit, Brooke. Even the Renner one's decent, in my opinion. Anyway. Alright, much love, yo. You guys are the dopest. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, for the Daredevil season finale. Hopefully it's the banger. Hopefully it's a banger. That's all I gotta say. I'm not doing any more predicting because I've been wrong the last few episodes. So, yeah. Just hoping it's a banger. So we'll see y'all Tuesday night, 9 p.m. for the final Daredevil watch party. And believe it or not, the final watch party for a while, because as far as I know, the next available show to watch is Ironheart, and that's not till June. So, no, he is going to do, he already said he's going to do the finale, but he's not doing any more watch parties after Daredevil's done. But he did say he is going to do the finale. I think he said that on Thursday's stream. Karen comes back for the finale, called it. Possible. I mean, she might see on the news that he took a bullet, so she might come flying in. And/or, yeah, fuck that. Fuck all of that. Fandor. Oh, very funny, Brooke. 10 days, actually. A week from Tuesday. The 3-episode premiere of Andor. Followed by 3 more episodes the following week. Followed by 3 more episodes the following week. Followed by the final 3 episodes the following week. They evidently did not want a whole lot of support from the streaming community on this one. Idiots. Anywho, thanks for being here. Hit all the buttons. And I will see you Tuesday night at 9 for the Daredevil season finale watch party. I love y'all. Thanks for being here. We'll see you later. Peace. Oh, shit. Is Theory actually going to sit there and watch 3 episodes in one evening? Wow. He's probably going to hate them so they'll be memorable. I mean, yeah. I'm sure at some point I too will have an epic crash out about something. We'll see how that goes. Anyway. I hope y'all have fun. I have fun. I think this ended up being a pretty fucking good stream. If you like them, they'll really be memorable. I mean, right? I think this turned out pretty well. I think this is a pretty good Saturday night stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoy hanging out with y'all. He said he's probably going to do a 5-hour stream. I mean, he does, so. It's kind of the way it is. Anywho. Thanks for choosing to spend your time here in the basement. I really appreciate y'all. And hope to see y'all Tuesday night at 9 for the Daredevil finale. Much love, y'all. Thank you. Later.